A lot of you guys have already probably heard, but Dearica Hamby has filed a federal lawsuit against the WNBA and her former team, the Las Vegas Aces, regarding her treatment from the Aces after revealing that she was pregnant. Hamby is alleging that she was intimidated, discriminated against, and retaliated against, which led to her ultimately being traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. She also includes the WNBA did not properly investigate this issue. And I know there's a lot of opinions out there on the internet right now, but I'm here just to educate, to go over the allegations that are filed in the lawsuit. But before we go into the allegations, let's go over a little bit of background information to how we got here in the first place. So, like I previously said, Dearica Hamby alleged the only reason she was traded to the Sparks was because she was pregnant. Now, because of these allegations, the WNBA did do their own investigation. They interviewed people, they gathered the necessary documentation they needed, and then they handed down the punishment that they thought was the most suitable. So the league suspended head coach Becky Hammon for 2 games without pay for violating the league and team respect in the workplace policies. The Las Vegas Aces also lost their first round draft pick in 2025 regarding impermissible player benefits involving Hamby. Now, after that investigation, Hamby filed a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission in September of 2023. And then on May 23rd, 2024, Hamby received a right to sue from the commission. And once she received the notice of right to sue, she had 90 days to file a lawsuit, which she ended up doing on August 12th, 2024. And that brings us to today. We'll be going over the allegations that Dearica Hamby has laid out in her lawsuit. Now, if you guys want to see the full lawsuit, I'll have the link in my description so you guys can go over all of the details, because we're just going to be going over the allegations and what Dearica Hamby has to say. The lawsuit states that to deter Hamby from entering free agency, the Las Vegas Aces offered her a 2-year extension. And with that 2-year extension, it is alleged that the Aces offered extra benefits to entice Dearica to sign with them. Those extra benefits included Las Vegas Aces to pay the private school tuition of Dearica Hamby's daughter Amaya in the form of a donation to her school. It also included that Hamby would be allowed to occupy the team-provided housing accommodations. As we go further into the allegation section, approximately 3 weeks after she signs that contract extension, Hamby discovers that she is pregnant with her second child. It then states a couple weeks after finding out she was pregnant, around August 6, 2022, she informs head coach Becky Hammon. And then on August 8, 2022, she confirms that she's pregnant by her doctor. It states that after Hamby receives confirmation from her doctor, she informs general manager Natalie Williams of her pregnancy. It goes on to state that the Aces end up winning the championship that year, and then at the parade on September 20th, 2022, Dearica Hamby publicly announces that she's pregnant. The lawsuit then states after that point of her publicly announcing her pregnancy, that is when she started noticing how she was being treated differently. The example that is provided is when in September 2022, the private school tuition for Maya was due. Dearica Hamby went and approached General Manager Natalie Williams and President Nikki Fargas and asked about the tuition, to which they responded they're working on it and did not provide a date of when the donation would be made to her school. Then on October 1st, 2022, the general manager told Hamby that she needed to vacate the team-provided housing. It was said that there was no reason given to Hamby of why she needed to vacate the housing. Then, in November of 2022, Dearica Hamby approached their GM and president to ask about Amaya's tuition costs, to which they responded, still figuring it out, and she was still not given a date to which the tuition payment would be paid. As we get further into the allegations, there's a section just on a phone call between Becky Hammon and Dearica Hamby. Now, this phone call is said to have happened on January 15th, 2023. Hamby alleges that Hammon called her and asked her if Hamby planned her pregnancy, to which Hamby responded that she did not. And Hammon told Hamby that she was not taking proper precautions not to get pregnant. The allegations further state that Hammon then questioned Hamby's commitment and dedication to the team, referring to Dearica Hamby as a question mark. Hammon went on to allegedly say that the team needed bodies and Hamby would not be ready to play for the upcoming season. It is stated that Hamby reassured Becky that she would be ready to play for the upcoming season. Then it goes on to say that Becky Hammon accuses Dearica Hamby of signing her extension knowing that she was pregnant. The allegations also state that Hammond then told Hamby that they believe that Hamby will get pregnant for a third time. It also states that Hammond then accuses Dearica Hamby of not taking her off-season workouts seriously. It was stated that at this moment, Hamby was 7 months pregnant and she was continuously working out as permitted by her medical doctors. Hammond then tells Hamby that she is not holding up her end of the bargain and that no one expected her to become pregnant again. It goes on to state that Hamby asks Hammond, "You're trading me because I'm pregnant?" Hammond responds to Hamby by saying, "What do you want me to do?" The lawsuit states that Hammond did not deny the accusation that Hamby was being traded because she was pregnant. On January 16th, 2023, the day after this phone call conversation, it is said that Hamby was told by Hammond, "Your time with the Aces is up, and it is best for Hamby's career if she moves on." It states that Hammond told Hamby that she could pick a place like Los Angeles or Atlanta, or that Hammond could trade her to either Connecticut or Indiana. And then on January 21st, 2023, it was announced by the Las Vegas Aces that Dearica Hamby had been traded to the Los Angeles Sparks. On that same day, Dearica Hamby issued the following public statement via social media. I'll pop it up and give you guys some time to read. And then on January 23rd, 2023, the executive director of the WNBA's Player Association, Terry Jackson, on behalf of Dearica Hamby, sent an email to the defendant, WNBA's general counsel, requesting an investigation by the WNBA into the allegations made by Hamby. And on February 8th, 2023, the Las Vegas Aces announced the WNBA had launched a formal investigation into the allegations raised by Hamby. It then goes on to state that Dearica Hamby shows up to training camp on time for the Sparks and plays the entire WNBA season for them. On May 16th, 2023, the WNBA publicly announced it concluded its investigation against the Las Vegas Aces, to which they said the following statement, which I will again pop up for you guys to read. In summary, the Las Vegas Aces lose their first round draft pick for violating league rules regarding impermissible player benefits and suspended Las Vegas Aces head coach Becky Hammon for 2 games without pay for violating league and team respect in the workplace policies. It states that the WNBA did not provide any meaningful redress to Hamby for the harm she suffered as a victim of the violation found by the WNBA, such as disapproving her trade to Los Angeles. The lawsuit then goes on to state that the WNBA took no steps to correct or address a clear-cut violation of Hamby's rights under federal and state anti-discrimination law. It states the WNBA did not interview any of the Las Vegas Aces players or head coach Becky Hammon. It also states that the WNBA did not impose adequate punishment or consequences on the Las Vegas Aces and Becky Hammon. The lawsuit also describes that Hamby was never provided a remedy that would benefit her. The lawsuit states that Hamby's trade to a less competitive team resulted in a loss of reputational prestige and brand value typically associated with being a part of a two-time WNBA championship franchise. This also lost her marketing and endorsement opportunities in the Las Vegas sports market that aren't available to her in the LA sports market. The lawsuit then alleges that the Las Vegas Aces engaged in a number of retaliatory acts against Dearica Hamby. This included issuing a directive to Las Vegas Aces players and staff to cease communication with her, making a false public statement on a radio show stating that the Aces knew that Hamby was pregnant in June of 2022, attempting to wrongfully obtain medical records after the Las Vegas Aces informed Dearica Hamby that she was no longer a part of the team, refusing to extend an invite to the White House ceremony with Vice President Kamala Harris to commemorate the Las Vegas Aces' first WNBA championship, and giving directive to video personnel on September 17th, 2023, during a Las Vegas Aces playoff game, prohibiting the showing of Dearica Hamby's daughter, Amaya. The last allegation of this lawsuit states that at this time, the Dearica made her public complaint about workplace discrimination, she was under a 13-month WNBA league marketing contract to perform certain marketing work for the WNBA in exchange for compensation outside of her player contract. It said that after engaging in the protected activity, the WNBA did not extend Hamby's league marketing contract. At the end of this lawsuit, it states that Dearica Hamby is asking for a jury trial on all appropriate claims and to enter judgment in favor of the following: awarding Dearica an amount sufficient to fully compensate her, including tax consequences for all economic losses of any kind, and otherwise make her whole in accordance with the law. An award of compensatory and punitive damage to be determined at trial, an award of attorney fees and costs, and any other relief the court deems just and proper. After this lawsuit was filed, the WNBPA executive director, Terry Carmichael Jackson, came out with a statement regarding Dearica Hamby's lawsuit. She states, "We reiterate our previous position that in the 2020 collective bargaining agreement, player parents gained protection that ensured becoming a parent did not mean the end of a career. Obviously, these protections did not change the nature of this business. Any team can trade any player for any legitimate reason or no reason at all. But that reason can never be on the basis of race, gender, sexual orientation, parental status, or pregnancy status." Like I said, the whole document will be linked in my description if you guys want to go see every single detail of the lawsuit. Like I said, there's a lot of opinions on this topic, and if what is being said is true, then I hope nothing but the best for Dearica. I hope she gets the justice she deserves. And I guess we just have to see how this trial will pan out. As you guys know, I'm a Las Vegas Aces fan, but I do not condone anything that was alleged in these documents. There's no room, there's no tolerance for discrimination. With that being said, I wanted this video to be more educational purposes, to go over, to bring light to the allegations and what's in store. This is going to be a long journey, and not just for the Las Vegas Aces, but for Dearica Hamby as well. Thank you guys for tuning into this video though. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. We keep up with all women's basketball updates. We appreciate your support, and we'll be back with more updates soon. Peace.